Hi, I'm Alice Shikina of Shikina Mediation and Arbitration. Today I'm going to talk about helping your children learn to negotiate. One of the best tools that you can give to your children is the ability to negotiate. How do you do that? There's many times in their lives as they grow up that there are chances for them to learn how to negotiate. One of the best places is at school. If they're having any kind of problem, conflict, issue with their teacher, this is a fabulous time to teach them how to negotiate. Instead of calling the school and advocating for your child, the best thing to do is to teach your child how to advocate for themselves. You can give them phrases. If they're not really sure how to do that, teach them phrases such as, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, is now a good time to have a talk with you. I'd like to talk about something. Or, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, when is a good time for me to schedule time so that we can have a discussion? So that's a great way to teach them how to open a negotiation. Once they start negotiating with the teacher in the meeting, they can talk about things such as phrases. You can use phrases such as, what I really would like to know is what do I need to do in order to get my grade up? Or what do I need to do in order to, right? Or how can I help you? What can I do for you? So teach them how to negotiate so that they can have an open dialogue with the teacher themselves. Another great place to teach them to negotiate is when there's some conflict between their friends or their siblings. Just yesterday, I had an opportunity to teach my two teenage boys how to negotiate. They were having a huge argument about a chair. One sibling took the chair out of another sibling's room and used it without his permission. So they got into it, and I paused and I taught them how to make offers and counter offers. So the youngest one went and made an offer. You want to, particularly with the monetary offer, I told him to go a little higher than what he wanted, knowing that the counter offers would come lower. And so that way they could go back and forth. And one of them said, I need to think about that offer. Great. Fight was done. It was not completely resolved, but there was a pause because somebody said, let me think about that offer and let me come back to you with a counter offer. So it's a wonderful teaching moment when they're having arguments. And finally, the third way that you can teach them how to negotiate is when they're negotiating with you. Clearly, I know many of you parents feel like all your children do all day long is negotiate until finally you say, no, like this is it, period. It's because I said so. But what you want to do if you haven't been doing this already is to explain the why behind your no. So if you have a reason, explain it to them. And you also might want to find out why they want to do what they want to do and why it's important to them. So when you explain your why behind your no, and they explain their why behind why they want to do something, you may be able to come up with a completely different agreement than where you started off with. So it's a great way to practice negotiating with your kids. It's a great way to teach them how to negotiate with others. It gives them a voice to advocate for themselves, and it gives them critical thinking skills so that they can make strong arguments. This is a skill that they will use over their lifetime, and if you help them get good at it now, they will be far ahead of their peers once way into adulthood. Good luck, have fun negotiating. Alice Shikina, Shikina Mediation and Arbitration.